Trump's first 100 days. Let's see what you got. Let's see what the GOAT is up to, shall we? Fox.
Donald Trump celebrating the first 100 days of his second term in Detroit, Michigan. He just left the stage moments ago.
We just had the biggest victory in Michigan. They said, sir, it's going to be hard. Well, we won it twice. We're here tonight in the heartland of our nation to celebrate the most successful first 100 days of any administration in the history of our country, and that's according to many, many people. This is the best, they say, 100-day start of any president in history, and everyone is saying it. We've just gotten started. You haven't even seen anything yet. It's all just kicking in.
Trump says he's having fun running the world, and you can just see it.
How are you? There we go. How's your day? If there was one big thing that you really wanted to have happen in the first 100 days, but didn't, what would it be?
Well, I think we've done everything or it's in the process of being done.
He said he wouldn't trade places with anyone in the world. Well, except maybe one.
As Pope? I'd like to be Pope. That would be my number one choice.
Hey, look, let me tell you something, right? If Donald Trump ever, this is super hypothetical, right? But if Donald Trump were to ever become Pope, me personally, that's like World War III and IV all in the same moment. It's going crazy. And I say that because I feel like the Pope has a lot of power. But I could be wrong there. Let's ask Chung Lee. How much power does the Pope have? Hey, Chung Lee, how much power does the Pope have?
The Pope has significant influence and authority, especially within the Catholic Church. He is the spiritual leader of over 1 billion Catholics worldwide and is considered the supreme authority on matters of faith and morals. He also has a role in governing the Vatican City, which is a sovereign city-state. While his temporal power is limited to the Vatican, his moral and spiritual influence extends globally, often impacting international issues, diplomacy, and humanitarian efforts.
The Pope seems like it has more power than the president. By that knowledge right there about good old faithful Chung Lee. I mean, influence enough, like having influence. I think influence is actually more powerful than money, respect, or just regular power, I guess, in that nature. Like having the capability to influence over 1 billion people, it's like the Pope is the biggest gang leader in the national known world because it's global, right? And the Catholic churches are global. So it's not just one sector of the world. It's not like it's in America. It's not like it's England or Australia or whatever. It's global. So that's why I say if Trump became the Pope POTUS the 47th, if that really did happen, man, it's over, man. Like it is over. Do I think he would do some good? Honestly, man, I think he probably would do some good. It seemed like he has some type of faith-based morals on how he do some of the things that he does do and how he speaks. But granted, you know, I look, I like him for president, but I'm not gonna go so far as to say I think he's down to be a pope. I would be gearing up, ready to go. Like this, like it's The Last of Us. Y'all seen The Last of Us? Yeah, he's looking like The Last of Us out here. If that ever happened. But yeah, hey, look, you know, whatever, man.
Before his big speech in Detroit, Trump stopped by a military base in Michigan to celebrate with the troops, and he didn't come empty-handed.
Today I've come in person to lay to rest any doubts about Selfridge's future and the vital role it'll play in our national defense. As Commander-in-Chief, I'm proud to announce that very soon we will replace the retiring A-10 Warthogs with 21 brand new F-15EX.
Before he gets done with that, I just want to say something really fast. I'm gonna spin the block on that. I want to hear more about that. You know, like I got this thing inside of me that kind of still resides in my flesh, right? So I would look at this picture right here. And I'm looking, I see all these Caucasian faces. All of them. And I would look and see, okay, so where the black folks at? I'll say see one here. And I don't see any more. And back in the day, that would kind of bother me. Now, I'm learning how to see things more as an American, not as an actual race or skin color. Because at the end of the day, man, I think looking at things based on skin color, I think it's stupid. Like, extra stupid. Do I still got some of that disease of a culture way of thinking inside of me? I think so. Just by that thought. But I'm working on getting rid of it though. Just something's in my mind real quick. All right, run it back a little bit.
Commander-in-Chief, I'm proud to announce that very soon we will replace the retiring A-10 Warthogs with 21 brand new F-15EX Eagle II fighter jets, the best in the world, and fresh off the line.
Nothing says happy 100 days like new fighter jets. And there was one special guest in the room who was ready to party. And she was from the other party, Big Gretch.
I want to thank Governor Gretchen Whitmer for bringing it also to our attention very strongly. And, you know, I'm not supposed to do that. She's a Democrat. They say, don't do that. Don't have her here. I said, no, she's going to be here. She's done a very good job, frankly. So I want to thank.
Isn't it nice to have Republicans and Democrats all come together as one big happy family that we are? We're not supposed to be at odds, you know. You win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. You think you're really not gonna handle it? Oh man, without it.
Thank you very much, Gretchen. Good job.
Well, I hadn't planned to speak, but I'm on behalf of all the military men and women who serve our country and serve so honorably on behalf of the state of Michigan. I am really damn happy we're here to celebrate this recapitalization at Selfridge. Thank you. I'm so grateful that this announcement was made today, and I appreciate all the work. Thank you.
Good for Gretch. She didn't hide her face behind the folder like last time.
Wait, what?
Trump 2.0 is different. Bill Maher's breaking bread. Morning Joe did a pilgrimage. Saquon's golfing. And Big Gretch cured her TDS. Even the Washington Post gives him credit. Quote, since FDR's earth-shaking first 100 days in office, no president has matched the sheer drama and disruption of this 15-week sprint.
Disruption?
At least until now. In 100 days, we've seen $160 billion doged, useless agencies shuttered, DEI terminated, inflation's down, but nothing's more down than border crossings, down 99.9%.
Yeah, that may be true. At the very same time, though, a lot of them already crossed over here anyway. So, I mean, it's cool that the borders, that the crossings are down. You know, look, I'm just a regular average day citizen. I don't know nothing about this political. You know, oh no way. What we gonna do when we don't know what to say? What we talking about? Hey Chung Lee, are people still crossing the border of American illegally still?
Yes, people are still crossing the U.S. border illegally in 2025. However, according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, illegal border crossings have decreased significantly. In March 2025, there were only about 7,000 unauthorized entries, a 95% drop from the same month the previous year.
Well, according to Chung Lee and Jesse Waters, sounds good, you know, but still, man, there's a lot of them already over here. Do I think they're going to get rid of them all? Nah. And I think they knew they wasn't going to get rid of all of them. I did think they are going to come up with a plan to work with the ones that are still here. You know, the ones that's actually doing the economy a justice or a good favor, you know. From my understanding, that they was really going to go after the ones who did the most horrendous crimes first. But apparently, there are certain cities that are not really willing to work with ICE agents. So it's almost like you get caught in the loop, you get caught in the loop. But here nor there, didn't work though. Oh, my bad. Let's turn you off. You.
Which is your favorite?
Out of the last 100 days, what is the number one thing that you think President Trump and his team have done?
Secured that border.
Our border.
The border.
Immigration law, baby.
After complaining about the bad hombre mugshots on the White House lawn, MSNBC is being forced into the field to talk to people, and the people say Trump's killing it.
I am totally excited. Everybody I know is excited. My biggest issue is at the border, and he's killing it. Well, absolutely, everybody that's here illegally should go. I'm not one of these that, oh, the poor person. No, they need to go.
There's so much action on illegal immigration, Democrats can't deny it. Here's Stephen A.
The fact that Trump rolled up in there and cleaned this stuff up, prioritizing border control, definitely is going to be perceived as a plus, whether Democrats and others like it or not.
That's true.
Border Patrol
That's true.
has been outstanding. The economy, the nation's other top priority, still unfinished business. On the plus side, American industry is making a comeback.
We're taking back our country from a sick political class that got rich selling America out and bleeding America dry. After decades of politicians who destroyed Detroit to build up Beijing, you finally have a champion for workers in the White House, and instead of putting China first, I'm putting Michigan first, and I'm putting America first.
I, for one, am very happy about that. This whole tariff war thing that they got going on right now, I am ecstatic about jobs coming back to America, honestly. And like I think I said in one of my previous videos, if I got to pay more for American goods, like, for instance, if there was something, if I wanted a bar of chocolate, and the bar of chocolate was coming from China, and I'm usually paying, I don't know, $1.25 for a bar of chocolate, but the American version costs $1.75. Well, I'm just going to go pay the American version, because I should be buying that one anyway, okay? I would rather buy everything American these days. I'm seeing the benefit of it. I think it's going to take a lot more time. I don't think it's going to happen within these first, his last 4 years. What, is it the last 4 years? Because don't he got merged for 2028 or something like? Anyway, I don't think it's going to happen within these 4 years. But if his plan can continue to keep going, I think by the time like 45, 46, you know what I'm saying, we'll see a nice little change. And I think the economy will go back a little bit better. Not to mention, y'all gotta pay back y'all. Y'all gotta pay back y'all loans. Those student loans kicking y'all in the behind, ain't it? I'm gonna get you that later on, though.
Manufacturing jobs are back, and $5 trillion private money is being invested in American steel, energy, tech, pharma,
nice.
Autos, and AI. But the market took a little bit of a hit on the trade war. The president said we had to take our medicine and wait for the tax and regulation cuts to get on track this summer. Hopefully that'll steady the ship. The president's confident that it will. The media are panicking.
It's officially been 100 days of Donald Trump. I'm so tired. It's aging this nation in Tom Hanks' Castaway years. Tonight we're kicking off the week-long coverage of Donald Trump's first 100. Let's call them days.
Overseas, the Panama Canal's been secured. The Houthi rebels are under fire, and Greenland's on the menu. The Ukraine war is still raging, and Trump's growing a little frustrated with Putin. So the next 100 days are all about deals.
I think what we've really done here is deals. We've worked on deals. There's a peace deal, there's a trade deal, there's a tax deal, and the first 100 days has set the table, and I think the next 100 days we're going to see the fruition of all those. You know,
I knew something was happening when Euro USD went up to about 1.113, and I missed it, and I called it in my head. I said, because I think it was like at 1.04 or something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but I said, yo, I should go in for a buy right now because I know it's going to go up. It's been staggering around here for a little while. They had peace treaties talked about coming around. Old boy from Ukraine was coming to the White House. I was like, I should do it now. And I didn't do it. And boy, did it shoot. So I like to look at the stocks in my finite mind. When I see Euro USD start making a climb, I'm thinking this war about almost might be over pretty soon, man. Honestly, hopefully that'll be a good thing, man. Because one is good for the stock market. I think it's good for the world economy, and it's just better and just for people, man. Like, no one really wants war. I don't think any average citizen wakes up in the morning and be like, you know what? I think I want war today. I don't think no one wants that. It's horrible, bro. Horrible. Y'all seen that fight with the Russian soldier and the Ukrainian soldier? The knife fight? Sickening, man. Sickening.
Insiders say Trump's in his disruption phase right now. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich says, I believe he has from now to about January 1st to be very disruptive. After that, Trump needs to be stabilizing, pulling together, and explaining. Voters say it's not that scary compared to the last 4 years.
Are you prepared to pay higher prices for goods?
I've been paying higher prices, sweetie.
Right.
When Biden got in office, my grocery.
Let's not forget, man. Everything. Look, things got so high. I just say, you know what? I'm just gonna get used to it. Whatever, man. Whatever. I went to the grocery store today. I spent $70. $70. And I thought to my mind, like, it's happening. Because the same things that I would have bought about 2 years ago would have been at least been $120, man. Look, I'm cool with the 70. It's almost like, I remember, what was it, 07, 08, 09? I think gas used to be like $5 a gallon where I'm at. And that's extremely high, right? Now gas is like $2.69, $3. Anything under $3, I am ecstatic about. When I see gas at 2 and some change, I'm like, oh, we got a deal. Because I think that's what happens, man. I don't think prices are going to like ever go back down to what they used to be. Never happens, right? But I think where they're at now, it's more affordable than it was, you know. And then, to be quite honest, man, a lot of us just got spending problems anyway. Like, the things I bought today, I didn't have to buy really any of it. Even though, but a bunch of juices for the fam. You know what I'm saying? I bought some ice cream, like 3 different things of ice cream cones. None of that stuff was needed, but it's a luxury. I'm an American. Let me eat well.
Groceries have doubled. My gas has doubled. No, I'm already used to it.
No one said it would be easy. Trump's taking on issues that his predecessors never tackled and let fester. Trade, border, war. Trump's not running for re-election, we think. So this isn't about politics. It's about putting America in a strong position to thrive in the 21st century.
You said, quote, hang tough. Yeah. It won't be easy. You said that to the American people. Is that what Americans should expect, some hard times?
I've said that during my campaign. Look, we won a campaign by a lot. We won all 7 swing states. We won the popular vote by a lot. I said, you're going to have a transition period. We've been ripped off by every country all over the world. They're laughing at us. They thought we were stupid people, and we were. And I said, that's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen.
Hard times are ahead?
I don't think so. I think great times are ahead. Look, since I came in, gasoline is down, groceries are down, egg prices are down.
Yeah.
The American people voted for complete upheaval in Washington. And if anything, Trump delivered that. Sometimes you have to demolish a building before rebuilding it into a skyscraper.
Fair.
How fast and how effective Trump can rebuild what he's demolished will determine his legacy. But Democrats, if they take back power in 2 years, they won't let him. They just filed articles of impeachment.
Some guy that I'd never heard of. John James, is he a congressman, this guy? He said, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to start the impeachment of Donald Trump. What the hell did I do? Here we go again. They want to impeach me. This lunatic. Actually, I had the television way down, and I said to our great First Lady, listen, did I just hear I was being impeached again? We're getting good at this, though. And then you have the other one that's always with the cane. He's always impeaching, and he raises his cane.
So far, Trump's support from Republicans, rock solid. His voters are along for the ride, and they're loving it.
I think the first 100 days has been a breath of fresh air. I think that everybody's been waiting for change, no matter what party you are.
Right.
I feel that the change is undeniable. And so this is the first 100 days. I can't wait to see what the first 1,000 days.
Look, man, Democrats, if Democrats don't get on board, man, because what, you said the next 2 years, ain't that like the other, what is it? What's it called? The midterm elections or something like that? I know in the midterms, if Democrats don't get on board this time go around, and Trump is still doing a pretty good job, and the economy is looking better, I think this going to be one of the last time on the next, like it might be a 20, 40, 50-year run of Republicans if Democrats don't at least try to work with them. I get it. Y'all have the things that y'all want done, which is fair. You know, I'm not saying all Democrats are bad and they all have bad things that they do. But on the other hand, y'all did make a fool of yourself. You know what I'm saying? These last 4 years, it's almost like they let the loudest people in the room let them think that they was going to win. Of course, you go on TikTok and you hear all type of slander, and this is gonna happen, and this is what we want. And come on, bro, you can't let people on TikTok tell you what's actually happening in the world. But then again, hey, look, man, that's how y'all want to play it. Go ahead. But that's it for me, man. It just